Hello everyone, and welcome back to the biggest possible park in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It's been quite a long time since my last video. It's been about 2 years. And to explain quickly what happened, I unfortunately fell pretty ill thanks to COVID. And even though I was triple vaccinated and boosted, it still nearly killed me. So it took quite a while to recover from that. And that took place during a part of my life where I had to figure out what I was doing for the rest of my life and commit to something. And so now that all that's sorted, I can come back and dedicate more time to this project. Now, I don't know if somebody in the meantime has completed 999 by 999 Park, as I've been pretty out of touch with the Roller Coaster Tycoon community, but all of my previous parts are public again, and the main reason for taking them down was that I wasn't sure if I was ever going to come back to this, just due to everything going on. But luckily, things are looking really good now, and I'm excited to play this save again. Now, unfortunately, because of how long it's been, there's a bit of disparity between my last video and the current save that I'm in, so I wanted to take everyone through again and honestly give myself a refresher to what was even going on or what I was planning to do. So just looking at the entrance, I don't think this ride was here, this RMC coaster that I built. Not super sold on the color scheme, but I am pretty happy with the ratings, and the ride has pretty good flow. It even has a launch lift hill, which shows you how dated this video, or I guess this coaster is, because Lightning Rod no longer has this launch, which, side note, I actually got to ride Lightning Rod in between the last video and now, and that ride beat me up quite a bit. Unfortunately, again, I did not ride with the launched lift, I rode with the chain lift, so kind of underwhelming, honestly, and the ride hurt quite a lot. Gave me a nice bruised elbow. I think I intend to move upwards first, going through the stuff that has kind of already been shown in videos as far as I'm aware, and then I'll move down to the newer things that I was working on. Coming up, we just have a nice wooden roller coaster here. Going to a little bit of lag there. A more dense collection of rides. We've got like a Schwarzkopf looper named Golden... what is this? Golden Dragon? That's pretty cool. And then I've got some sort of what looks to be LIM launched roller coaster. It looks kind of similar to that of the Flight of Fear clones, but obviously not indoors. I think initially I intended, okay, so this is what I was doing. I was doing a chronological thing where as I went into the park, the rides became more sophisticated. Obviously, I think I gave up on that because there's an Intamin drop tower and an RMC at the very front, so it doesn't make much sense anymore. But yeah, and then you have a Arrow boomerang, or I guess Arrow didn't make boomerangs, did they? I think it was Vekoma. And then like a Schwarzkopf shuttle loop and a bobsled and stuff, so that chronology idea doesn't quite make much sense, especially when there's a giant B&M sit-down looper, but anyway. This I'm still quite happy with. This ride's got a nice flow, and the block sections are realistic. That's like the main thing I look for in any build in this game. Nice B&M invert built into the hillside here. Bobsled. Monorail track. Oh, we've got some go-karts over here. I hope nobody's stuck on them because they don't go if... Is it bugged right now? Because it says waiting to depart station, and there are people on it. So I should probably close this. Yeah, there's people on that thing. I'll figure that out later. I don't think that's supposed to be like that, but those guys have probably been sitting there. Yeah, these guys are not happy. These guys have probably been sitting there for years. I'm sorry, fellas. Moving along, because I don't want to take all day here. Got some sort of dive coaster that I guess I had just done. Not a very inspiring layout. Are these racing? No, these are not racing. But they are kind of facing each other. That's a cool idea. Moving over, we've got some sort of Intamin Blitz coaster. Yeah, it looks like it comes out the station here, and there's a second launch over Top Hat. That's cool. I always love when multiple trains are running on the track, and the block sections are well paced here. Yeah, they even interact a little. Got an interesting little shuttle coaster here. I even tweaked it to where it doesn't go all the way over the Top Hat on the first launch. That's pretty cool. So it actually has to come back through the spike first. It looks like I have significantly less guests than the last video. I think at some point I deleted all the guests because they were doing something annoying. But I think if I force park rating, the guests should come in. And I think I addressed this in my first video. Again, I'll have to go back and like sit through all of them, which I probably should have done before making this one. That because of how complex the paths are going to be, with how many rides there are, people are just going to get lost, and the park rating is just going to be like basically 0 forever. So if I want to actually have guests in the park, I need cheats. And I guess the way I justify it is that it's not ideal, but it's just how the game runs. When a park is this big, just the, I don't want to say archaic nature of the game's programming, because it was very ahead of its time. But just the guest behavior is limiting in that way. So hopefully we'll end up getting more guests. I don't really want to spawn guests because I've known that anytime you do that, they just... Oh, the safest park in the country. Look at that. I know that if you spawn guests, they just kind of all clump up and get lost instantly, so... Not trying to do that. Anywho. Yeah, this is where you can tell we kind of left off. I know this area was finished pretty soon on. Up here, yeah, this is supposed to be like a Hades type roller coaster from Mount Olympus where it like really goes back, and this is kind of intense the whole time. Got a mine train coaster up here in the mountain. This looks pretty complicated, but I'm pretty sure that's one of like the first things I did over here, so I won't spend too much time. Same with the suspended coaster. I'm pretty sure this is one of the first builds I did, but it does look like a lot of fun. Could you imagine riding this? I think there was some suspended coaster in, I think, Korea or something, maybe China, where it was built just like this in the mountains, and it was like really, like it was a really sought after ride because it was so awesome and intense. So, let's see. So yeah, coming back here, we've got, I guess, some sort of Top Thrill Dragster remake, which again shows the antiquity of this world, because Top Thrill Dragster isn't even open, not even just in this state, but it's just currently not even open, period, because of design issues. So I've even got, yeah, some sort of aerodynamics mega coaster, or I guess hyper coaster here that I was working on. And looks like I have a more traditional hyper coaster here. I'm not sure what I was doing with these really long trains, but I guess maybe it was so popular that the long trains were necessary. I don't know, because I guess I must have, again, cleared the guests at some point, and I'm not even really sold on this color scheme either, because it does not blend well. I guess I maybe hadn't even gotten to it yet, but pretty nice design overall. It's just an out and back layout that goes over the pathways and stuff. Looks like it's got some smaller rides in between, dodgems, splash boats, junior coaster that 4 people are actually riding. Let's see. Looks like another Intamin Blitz. This is like kind of a Maverick. Or no, this is a Megalite. But also kind of Maverick, I guess. I don't know what I was doing here, but it's kind of cool. It looks like you have a launch here. This clear the block right. Yeah. Launches really fast at the end here. That's pretty cool. Named it Griffin because why come up with unique names when you can just name rides after rides that already exist? That's cool. Side friction coaster because leaping dips. Interesting. It's not even got a queue, so yeah. Got some sort of train running around the lake here. That's cool. I don't even know. Okay, so we're going to the right now. Yeah, I think this was in the last video because it looks very complete. It's very cool. I really like the station building. Even though it's obviously not like great compared to what I've seen, but it's one of my more intricate ones that I've done. I think they race really well too, and trying to make racing rides that aren't extremely intense pretty difficult. Got a pretty classic aero looper. This looks pretty complete, so I'm guessing I covered that. This appears to be some sort of like Chance Hyper GTX model kind of thing. Trying to guess, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Pretty simple racing wooden coaster. Yeah, here's that Giga coaster. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this thing because I'm not sure how much it's definitely some sort of Intimidator 305 type thing, and I don't know how happy I am with it, but dive coaster. It's pretty cool. It's definitely a better layout than the last one I had made over here somewhere. I don't even know where that was. I'm getting lost in my own park. Where else? We've got like a gatekeeper sort of inspired thing. That's kind of cool. Water slide, pretty simple. Okay, and this was a there's somebody on YouTube called Small Builds that I'm looking at the other video, and I'd linked them in the description, so I must have built this inspired by them. This is a very cool little compact circuit coaster thing. So shout out to Small Builds for this coaster right here. Got some little wild mouse rides, pretty cool. Ah yes, the Vekoma SLC, the staple of literally any park ever, because why not? This is a cool little idea. I like having a plaza up here. I built one of these I don't know, inline twist coasters or whatever they're called. That's pretty cool. Good use of a one wide tiles space. Schwarzkopf shuttle loop again. Some sort of spiral lift coaster. Another out and back Woody. Looks pretty incomplete. So yeah, this would all be stuff that it wouldn't have been in the other video. Another mine train coaster, pretty standard. Still got to do the scenery and stuff. I don't even know if I'll end up keeping this. Got one of these guys. I don't even know. This is like something I'd build in like 2007. I don't know what I was doing. I guess it's kind of cool. I just don't like the colors or the theme. The ride concept itself isn't terrible. Anyway, guess we'll watch it go here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Got the speed pretty well timed. Got to slow down nice and gently. So yeah, coming across here, I'm gonna get us back in the right orientation. Nice little compact spiraling wooden coaster. It's a pretty cool little design. Got another shuttle coaster here, some spikes it looks like. So yeah, it's gonna come up, come down. That's cool. I like building things that like I feel like guests would enjoy looking at, and this is a pretty interesting little design. Looks like I got another sit-down looping coaster. This time the loop actually goes around the lift hill, which is a very nice touch. Got the catwalks and everything. So yeah, this looks like I spent quite a lot of time on it. Very nice. Moving down. It's got a floorless coaster this time. Fun little like in the air kind of suspended layout. Got a sea serpent roll, which is pretty unique. Also looks like I spent quite a lot of time here on this one. Another really compact wooden roller coaster. It's a nice little design. We got some trick track in there. I like it. Called it Bullet. Moving along. Ooh, we got a nice suspended coaster wrapping around the lake. I think I'll probably put some islands in here with some trees just so it's not so flat if I get around to it, if I remember. Yeah, it looks like this stays pretty low to the ground. Swing over the guests. Pretty cool. Ooh, wow, look at this. I even put pretty detailed catwalk in here with like a I guess I was trying to do some sort of spiral staircase. I don't know, but wow, look at that. I even put in like little maintenance. I can zoom in further. I even put in like the maintenance areas because I don't know if you've ever been around one of these suspended coasters, but they have these kind of cool little maintenance areas built under the rides. Yeah, I got the I put the transfer track in, so I spent a lot of time on this one. So yeah, I don't know how this transfer track would function literally because you can't like park the train here, but I guess I like built it first and then realized like whatever, I don't really care. Perhaps I need to do that more because I feel like sometimes I sit here and I'm just like, it's just not right. Got a monorail encasing this little area. Over here I do remember this better. Backlot stunt coaster clone. I've actually had the chance to operate backlot stunt coaster in real life, and I even put the little operating booth there. It looks like I got the unload station over here too. Fun little story about running this ride. The one I worked at, the sun will actually hit your back as you're sitting at the operating panel, which faces the train. So you're sitting here kind of getting cooked by the sun through the tinted glass. It's a fun experience, but the unload station is a fun position to operate too because you get to push a lot of buttons. So I'll probably do a whole other series where I just ran about being a ride operator. But it looks like I was starting to really experiment here with some color design choices. Got a cool little ride here, mini spout. I like that. Nice little mini roller coaster. These are kind of hard to build, in my opinion. Like, make them look good. So where are we? So just to get our bearings, here's the original entrance down here, and where we are now. All the way up here, and I think that's pretty much literally everything. So now that we're all caught up, wow, it's been almost 20 minutes, so yeah, I'll wrap this up here. Now that we're caught up, I think I'm going to continue to work on this stretch that connects the entrance. And I guess the goal is we're going to do the outside and then fill in the center would probably be the best way to approach it. Because just going inwards like this makes the layout kind of complicated when you're going to have a bunch of dead ends. It also looks like I was doing some sort of comet or crater thing here, which is cool. Anywho, I hope this refresher was helpful. If you have any suggestions about the park or rides or things I should build, please let me know, because I have a lot of space to fill in, and it's probably going to take like another year to finish this. So definitely please let me know. Also, make sure you leave a like. I hate to be the guy that asks for likes, but they are really helpful, and perhaps I'll even stream building some of this someday. So yeah, I will catch you guys in the next part, and I appreciate your support.